Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome to my new Wednesday series to replace the old Wednesday series that sadly is now basically being cancelled before I even get around to recording part 2, because as it turns out, the game, probably because of the mod, has a problem where I'm not able to load the Galactic Conquest save that I made at the end of part 1. It crashes on me right away. As soon as I click the load button, it crashes. So I don't know why, but it does. Again, it's probably because of that mod. So, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to do Stellaris. I've already got a Empire set up and ready to go. A number of mods obviously being used here. One is the Elves of Stellaris mod. Another one is a Star Wars weapon and sound effect mod. And that's about it for the ones that really matter. There's a couple of other fairly minor ones. But let's go ahead. I'm not going to go with a full 30. I'm going to go with a 20. 4 Fallen Empires. No advanced AI starts. Random placement. No advanced neighbors. Endgame crises shall be turned on. Hopefully the game will not decide to spawn them right on top of me, because I've had that happen twice so far. Once was an unbidden spawning, like literally right in the system that I started in, or not the system I started in, but in one of the systems that I had taken in a recent war. And another one was the Praetorian Swarm, or whatever they're called, spawning like right to my south, and then the rest of the AI basically just gave up. The rest of the AI that was threatened by them basically just gave up, said, nope, never mind, we're not going to help you, you're on your own, Elfheim Imperium. So yeah, so let's go ahead and grab our... Oh good, we've actually got a continental world right next door, and I assume it's because of the extended tile set mod that Tomb Worlds are able to have a size of 34. Because as far as I know, the game by default will never spawn a world with a higher amount of tiles than 25, if I recall correctly, is generally the max that the game will ever use. And I mean, even this 34, I don't think actually has 34 tiles. I think it's still 25 tiles. So we do have the weak trait, so let's go ahead and get geothermal fracking. We shall go ahead and snag Biolab 1, and I would certainly not mind getting our hands on the energy grid early, because in my experience I've also generally been hurting for that for energy a lot more often recently compared to minerals or food. And we're going to go ahead and kick these guys up to full citizenship, because as far as I'm concerned, we treat all of our people as, well, basically just never allowed to be slaves. But anybody else, they can certainly be slaves. Also, okay, everybody's got buildings. Oh, we actually got a Betharian stone right here, surprisingly. Also, realistically speaking, we'll probably never see Crown Princess Peregrine ever really take the throne, because due to the elven trait, we are supposed to be immortal. Although we do, of course, have a minus 50% to leader experience gain and minus 10% to growth speed. And because leaders can never really do anything, yeah, we're gonna end up with Empress Carfrin Eleni, however it's pronounced, basically living forever and never getting off the throne. And you know what? That's not too bad. The investor trait is actually going to be helpful to a degree, because like I said, I've generally been hurting for energy credits a lot more compared to anything else. There we go. I was about to say, why haven't we got somebody growing? I guess it's because it was waiting for the month to tick over. So, yes, we're only gaining 1. Wait. Why? Game. You're saying there's a plus 10%. That's canceling out the minus 10% for being elven because of the Empress. But neither of her two traits should, at least in any way, affect growth speed. But for some reason it is. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay, that's why, because she has the agenda A New Generation. That's helpful, to a degree at least. Let's also go ahead and pump out a couple of Corvettes. And of course, the Elves of Stellaris mod does have some ship models built into itself for everything, although I do believe the defense platforms and spaceports and whatnot, I believe, are all default ship models. So, I mean, it's kind of a crappy continental world over there, but it is something to extend the borders. So, I don't really mind that it's kind of crappy. We'll live with it. And besides, we'll claim the system and we'll eventually be able to terraform Hanari into a continental world. A little too loud for me. Also, kick it up to 3 speed because, well, it's the early game. We're not going to be doing too much. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Admiral, and I guess we'll just go with the cheap Erethan Arengovard, or however you pronounce her name. Yeah, some of these names are actually a little bit on the difficult side to pronounce, I'll admit. Let's see. I mean, I could definitely use more food, so let's clear that tile so we can build a hydroponics farm on it. I mean, I could build one over here on this 2 tile, but this is a 4 tile. It's better, so might as well build it on the 4 tile.
System survey complete. Tile blocker cleared.
Okay, good. And hydroponics farm. And personally, I would love to swap you two, because I kind of prefer to get more food to increase your growth once this is maxed out at 200, which I won't be changing it for a little while. So the EIS Caslandra has made a startling find on Gwenthill, or Gwentili. The planet is teeming with alien life for the first time in history. We have encountered life forms that did not originate on Alinor. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believe we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Gwentili are sentient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Oh, and this is a world with 3 suns, because of course it is. Yeah, this is a really crappy planet, to be completely honest with you. In theory, that's dope. Oh, okay, let's see. Centuries ago, a group of radical priests and their devoted followers on Alinor broke away from the established religions to form their own church. These extremists call themselves the Temple of Unity and have been responsible for many atrocities and acts of terror over the years. Although they have kept a low profile in modern times, we recently learned that many of their agents have infiltrated our military. These renegades have secretly been diverting resources to the construction of a small fleet of starships at a hidden facility on Alinor. When their treachery was revealed, the cultists blasted into orbit on their ships and fled to Bagoreth. Okay, well, they're fairly weak. So you guys go ahead, go kill them. They must be stopped. It's nice to know, thanks, game. Oh, really? They're going to be using... Why did they get space torpedoes? We haven't even researched that. How the hell can they have space torpedoes, game? That's cheating, and you know it. You should not be able to give rebels of mine anything that I do not have, unless I have met an alien species that has it. And guess what? I haven't met anybody. So, God, game, seriously. It's real BS. Sure, go ahead and research that. So we're probably going to lose at least 2 ships here. Although maybe not. They go out... Oh, yep, nope, we ended up losing 2. That's what I figured. I wouldn't have minded being wrong, but I kind of figured we would. So, our Valiant Space Forces have skillfully disabled a ship in the Cultist Armada. It is mostly intact, and we are picking up faint life signs from inside its hull. Once we have eliminated all threats in the immediate vicinity, we should conduct a boarding operation to secure any survivors. They may be able to tell us about the ultimate motives of the Temple of Unity. What do I need? Military ship? Wonderful. Science ship, I got a job for you. You come back here. No, stop doing what you're doing and come back here. And there we go. Now your growth has been sped up a bit, which is nice. Oh, that's going to take a little while. Okay, kick it up to 3 speed. Go with 2 speed. So, though the survivors offer stiff resistance, our boarding party was able to secure several prisoners from the disabled cultist starship. From them we have learned that this conspiracy goes far deeper than we initially suspected. The agents of the Temple of Unity include several flag officers and high-ranking officials within our government. Mass arrests are being made on Alinor, and all assets belonging to this cult have been seized. However, several of the starships they built in secret remain unaccounted for, and the upper echelons of the cult's leadership have vanished. We have picked up faint ion trails leading to several outlying systems. We must pursue these terrorists, and you guys head back home. Oh, wow, they all just went out wherever. Well, let's save up some minerals. I wouldn't mind popping on another science ship. Speed up a lot of this exploration stuff that we're doing. Also... Yep, so still 25 tiles, even though this world is technically supposed to be a size 34. Sure, we shall try to find habitable worlds. And none of you guys are particularly great, however, take you, put you there, and let's get you. Go, and you're gonna go to Zorf. And once you're done, I'm gonna actually have you continue surveying that system, and then after you finish surveying the system, I'll have you do the anomaly stuff there. Also, I would not mind... Yeah, that's gonna cost 90, I figured. We do have to rebuild our navy, though. And of course, we're going to go with expansion as our first option because, well, all new colonies start with 1 additional pop is actually kind of helpful. Helps to get the colony up and operational a little bit faster. Wonderful. Don't know why the game keeps wanting to go with the new scientist. Let's stick with the old. The mineral composition of Hanari does not match projections. Strange, because it's a tomb world. Shouldn't be anything special about it. Go ahead and build the mining station over there. So let's see. The scans, or thorough scans, have revealed the cause of Hanari's odd metal composition. The planet is a crash site of a dozen massive spaceships, larger than anything we could have ever imagined. Their construction dates back several million years. The materials will surely come in handy. And we have had the authoritarian coalition form, and they want stratified society and a harmonious empire. Surprised they don't have the 4th requirement, and I'm going to send you down there. We're not going to go straight to that system that the game wants us to go to deal with the Temple of Unity. fact, we'll possibly just straight up bypass that system for a little while. Because, again, we do have to rebuild our navy. It did take a little bit of a beating. Nope, leave that one be. Your chance of success is a little bit too low for my taste. And you know what, I'm going to send you over there. Oh, the Racian Concordat. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Waskar 2b. From what we have translated so far their language, we have learned that these aliens call themselves the Racian Concord, or Concordat. They were an interstellar power that held sway over this region of the galaxy a little over 1 million years ago. They appear to have been 6-limbed mammalians, and there are several references to some sort of plague called the Javorian Pox, which swept across the Empire with devastating results, possibly leading to their extinction. Nope, and we are about to get Mining Network 2. Does that actually have a higher cost? Yes, it does. Cost a little bit more in energy credits. Why am I not surprised? That kind of sucks, to be honest. I'd rather not build a normal power plant here, although the Betharian stone will stay, so I guess it doesn't really matter. New research. You know, terraforming wouldn't be bad, but it's not going to be too helpful right now. At least, like, right this second. So we're going to go with genome mapping for the increase in growth speed.
System survey complete.
Okay, you go down there. You go over there.
Research complete.
There we go. We got the mining network. I would love to get powered exoskeletons for the plus 5% minerals. Because that will help. Actually, that should completely negate the issue of us being weak. And we will be back to normal, basically. Okay then, let's upgrade this one first, because this one's producing more. You need to grow a little bit faster, if you don't mind. And I do need to go and get another colony set up. Oh, wonderful. Let's go ahead and get power plant 2. Was there basically nothing here? Yeah, there was basically nothing there. Well then, go up to Veldoon. Find us what's in Veldoon. Maybe you'll find a habitable planet in this general area of space. Because I would rather build the colony a little bit further out rather than smack dab inside of land that we already own. If at all possible. Somebody got a custom AI assistant. You did. Okay, that's a little bit helpful. And I'm just gonna have you do those 3 systems like that. You go over there when you're done. And upgrade you as well. And we need to save up the 350 minerals to get a colony ship once we hopefully find a good colonizable planet. Because again, Gwenthili, we could colonize it, but it's not as great as I'm looking for. And yes, Alan Orzel said as a Navari world, which is just sort of a unique thing to separate it from the normal ones, but it's basically a continental world, hence why we have a 10%, or excuse me, a 70% habitability here. I think we also have the non-adaptive trait is partly why. Yep, that's also minus 10% to it.
System survey complete.
Okay, up, and I've already given you your orders for the next thing. Wonderful. Let's go down here. No. I'll wait a little bit on that one. Nope, not gonna build a biolab there because this is a engineering tile. wonderful. That's going to help deal with any issues we have regarding energy. Let's go ahead and build a mining network right there so that once you finally grow ever so slowly with your plus 1.4%. Okay, you're gonna... sure, you can go ahead and research that one. Be my guest. Hollowed and carved with exquisite precision, there is something familiar about the lines and curves etched into the rock. Don't know why there'd be anything familiar about it, but apparently there is. Also, it's going to build 2 corvettes. Familiar shrine. Most of the asteroid has been laser chiseled with great precision into the likeness of a small Elfiel temple or large shrine. A shrine to the Untold, the great destroyer deity of old Elfiel faiths. The temple has been tumbling through the quiet of space for far longer than we have been capable of spaceflight, which is disturbing at best, terrifying at worst. Naturally, Science Officer Lanus Lundoon urges us to search for more stellar objects that match the characteristics of this space temple, and has uploaded a list of likely candidates nearby systems, or a nearby systems situation log. Perhaps it would be best if we did not. Then a look we shall go. That's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Also, let's go ahead and I'm gonna untrack you just to clear up some space. Okay, go over there. Okay, do we really have 2 things that require us to go to the Detream system? Because yes we do. Because of course there is. Okay, let's go with colonization fever, if you don't mind. And old gods approach the benefactress. The EIS Caslandra has entered the Ladorlas system, and its crew report that a stellar object not unlike the Shrine of the Untold is indeed orbiting the star. Well then, go ahead and research it, or I would tell you to if you were level 3. Sadly, you are not level 3. So go ahead and keep on doing your thing. Because you've still got a little ways to go. Let's actually swap that. Send you down there to do this. So, we briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from the moon, or from this moon. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more. And, okay, we're gonna be getting in 13 months the minerals. Wonderful. Oh, really? So, game, that's actually kind of annoying. If I build a research, I'm pretty sure it won't give me the minerals. Or at least, generally it shouldn't. As far as I know, as the way the game works. We'll see. Magnetic reversal. The magnetic field of Cothium 4A experienced a complete reversal while it was being observed by the EIS Caslandra. This rare event has interchanged the positions of the moon's magnetic poles. Fortunately, it was all recorded by the sensors of our ship, providing our scientists with a lot of valuable data. So we got some free physics research. A Class 12 asteroid orbits this planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. Well then, go ahead and research it. Who are you? The EIS Dongendan. Or something like that. Yes, I know you found an anomaly. You already told me this. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Cressium 2. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they begun. Shouldn't they be shortly after they began? Not begun? I don't know. Okay, you go over there. We do need a Game, I would love to have a continental world if you don't mind. I really need something else to colonize, preferably something other than Gwenthili here. I mean, it's a crappy little size 11, so I'd rather not colonize it if I can avoid it, but so far it's looking like I'm gonna have to colonize it. Let's go ahead and get the engineering facility. No, let's go ahead and improve spaceport instead. Ah, that's gonna take forever. Never mind. Yeah, go with the engineering facility. Okay, it is gonna give us the minerals there as well. That's nice to know, game. Go ahead and set up a mining base around Gwelendor. We got a new power plant. Wonderful. Shields or sensors? Sensors could be helpful, but let's go with shields. I think shields are generally a little bit more helpful than the sensors. What was it? Oh, no. We had just researched the new power plants. There are signs of activity by ancient precursor civilization in the vicinity of this gas giant. Found by the Cassandra. Okay, well then, have the Cassandra go ahead and research it.
System survey complete. Situation log updated.
Approaching the precipice, which again requires level 3, so we can't do it. Gas giant science station. Orbital wreckage that once belonged to a sizable Irasian research station have been found above Panel 6. Exactly what the Irasians were researching here remains unclear, but their instruments appear to have been aimed towards the gas giant itself. Interesting. Well then, I would tell you to do further research, but you need to be level 5 to do that. Never mind then. And better growth speed is helpful, of course, and I would love to get this for the plus 10% to food output. So let's go ahead and research the Betharan dust refining. And what was it that we just researched? Oh yes, the growth speed. You're not quite grown up yet, and by the time this is ready, you won't be grown up yet. So let's go ahead and build or upgrade the power plant there. I actually kind of want to save up to build a 6th Corvette. Oh, and some scientists leveled up. I think it was the guys here in the office. Yep, guys in the office leveled up. Actually, you go down there instead. You are going to... Oh, yes, finally a world. Although it's only a size 16, but it's further away from us. So we're going to take this world. So never mind, change of plans. We're not going to be building a 6th Corvette. We're going to save up the minerals to finally build ourselves a colony ship. Ever so slowly. There's a significant amount of debris in orbit around this gas giant. Most of it appears to come from long-lost starships of various configurations. Well then, research it. Tell us what you can find about it.
System survey complete.
Oh, that's a fairly nice mineral system. It's got 12 minerals in it. Debris field. The strong gravity well of Nakam 4 has pulled in a massive amount of space debris, which has formed a dense layer around parts of the gas giant. Most of it appears to be wreckage from a series of space battles fought in the system several millennia ago. Scavengers have already scoured the debris of valuable technologies and artifacts, but a mining station should be able to recycle the metal. Helpful. And we're going to be colonizing Nokam 2. I don't know what it'll be called, but we'll be colonizing this system nonetheless. And I think we're going to build the colony right here, because it, at least to me, appears to be the best spot to put it. Ooh, we met the beta aliens. Some fellow spacefarers. Or... nope, it's the damn space cows. But of course, as far as our species technically knows, they are... oh yes, new life helpful. Especially since we haven't set up the new colony yet. So it's going to get a new life for the plus 10% to growth speed and the plus 50% to colony development speed. This way, rather than it taking, what, 2 years, it'll only take 1 year. It's not a whole lot faster, but it is faster. And that's what matters. Okay, about 2 more months. 1 more month now. And let's see. Oh, there's a tropical world over there. It's a little bit bigger, but we have a lower habitability for those worlds overall. And you go ahead and snag those 3 systems. Oh, go ahead and get the colony ship built. I could have built it from over here. Told it to head straight there after being built, but oh well. We'll be fine. It's not like anyone's going to take the world from us. Probably. Oh, it's the damn space cows again. You, go over there. Literally nothing here. Yeah, literally nothing interesting over here. Got a gas giant with 3 moons. Nothing particularly exciting about that. And then a barren world relatively close to the F-class sun. Oh, an ocean world. We have even less habitability on those, I'm pretty sure, compared to tropical, though I could be wrong. Oh, and wonderful, we got the new shields. And let's go ahead and get the fusion reactors. And I'll let you design the ship as you see fit, because generally you do a decent job at it. And once the colony ship is built, go ahead and upgrade. Oh, you're level 3. I didn't realize she got to level 3. So, efforts to map the surface of this planet have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Well then, research it. And we have that. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and get blaster technology so we can start using the Star Wars weapons, because actually I kind of think they're better than the base game weapons. The AI won't really use them much. I don't know why. It just won't. That's fine with me. And let's go ahead and colonize over here. Tell you to go there. And we're going to call it Endum, or Endum, or however it's pronounced. Something like that. Whatever it's called. That's what we're building. We're colonizing. That's what we're calling it. And go ahead and build up those. Now that we have the spare time and minerals to do so. Scans indicate the presence of a foreign alien-made object on one of Yolon 6A's many frozen mountaintops. Research it. Yeah, you're level 3, so you actually can do things now. I mean, not a whole lot, but you can do things. Like, research the old gods things. A whiff of something. The EIS Dongendon has recovered an elongated metal box from the surface of Yolon 6A. Clusters of small perforations on 5 sides lead Science Officer Distill Terith to believe it is not a container, but some sort of arousal dispersal system, or aerosol dispersal. I don't know why I said arousal. That made no sense. Initial tests seem to confirm their suspicions, as trace aromatics still emanate from the object. A special project has been issued to confirm whether this might be an information-carrying device constructed by some alien race, communicating primarily through the secretion and reception of atmosphere-borne chemical compounds. Smells. Nope, you've got a job to do over here. Research it. Tell me what you can find. The box is indeed a document. of a sort. Science officer Distill Trilith admits that they had been hoping for a historical record or some other kind of codex significant to whatever culture left behind, but they were disappointed. The true nature of the aromatic box seems to be a collection of fairly short narratives which, going by the rapid changes in odor towards the end of each sequence, are intended to surprise or be interpreted as comedic. The techniques used to store and reproduce specific smells is of some interest, but the tales it tells are not. The crew of the EIS Dungenon are left with the uncomfortable feeling that they have unwittingly become intimately familiar with what certain gaseous byproducts of alien digestion smell like. However, Distill Trilith is unwilling to speculate as to why the box was dumped on this frozen hellscape of a planet. Interesting. Oh, and our governor gained the trait of intellectual. So he is now an intellectual. Gigantic skeleton. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Arbitros 5, Arbitros, I guess, have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years ago, but our scientists have ruled out that Arbitros 5 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science officer Linus Londun has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. I'll probably be ending this part in just a little bit. Let's see, so, what was previously, I think I might have actually read this already, yeah, so, fascinating.
Situation log updated.
Who is it? Oh, you. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, that requires you to be level 3. Of course it does. For some reason our first scientist is a little bit on the slow side. Okay, our colony ship has gently touched down on the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Endome. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed, so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, the first Elfiel city on an alien world. A great day for the Elfiel Imperium. And that's going to take... okay. I was reading that wrong. So yeah, it's going to take about 18 months total. Which is a little bit too long for the amount of hard drive space I have left. So, we'll be ending this part in, like, literally just a couple seconds. There is significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts look almost like writing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and have her continue that. I am going to, well, you know what? Yes, go ahead and build a don't actually build a hydroponics farm there because we can't afford it yet. That would take us even more into a deficit, although we aren't losing much. We are still losing something. Although I suppose I could just build an energy grid, move somebody onto the energy grid, and these places will make 10% more energy, which is always helpful. Also, check the surface of this planet. Yeah, we got quite a bit of energy up there, and a decent amount of food, and ooh, some more Betharian stone. I would love it if the game would give me the technology to learn how to build Betharian power plants. That would be helpful, don't you think? Yeah, we'll get that eventually. Let's go ahead and tell you, oh, I don't even have the minerals to do that. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you guys next part where we will finish building up the colony here, or let it finish its colonization. Let's see, what else? We will go ahead and have Distill here go ahead and do the whole old gods stuff. And, of course, Linus Londun here is going to have to get a lot more experience because for whatever reason she's a little on the slow side to get experience. Yeah, well, it's probably because Distill here has the adaptable trait. That's why. I would love to actually go ahead and do some research up here, so I'll probably be sending one of the two to go ahead and focus their surveying up to here, up towards the galactic core, rather than the current loop it around towards the end of the arm here. And we'll finish up researching blaster technology and other stuff next part. But nonetheless, that's going to be it for this part. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. And a quick reminder that I do have a Patreon. If you enjoy the content on the channel, it's a helpful way to go and support the channel. Even if it's only at the $1 a month tier, it adds up over time, especially if more and more people do it. Also, I have a Discord. I'll have a link to it in the description if you wish to go ahead and join the server. And I'll also have a Greenman Gaming affiliate link for Stellaris in the description in case you do not own Stellaris and wish to go ahead and pick the game up. If you buy it through that link, you'll help support the channel. I get a small commission on it. I believe it's 5% if you do not have a Greenman Gaming account and have to make one. And I believe it is 2% or maybe it's 2.5. I don't actually remember exactly off the top of my head if you already have a Greenman Gaming account. Also, of course, have a link in the description to all the mods that I'm using. Again, I named basically sort of the major mods. There's still a couple of minor ones like the UI Overhaul 1080p mod and a couple of others, but I basically cover all the major mods when I mentioned them earlier. But yes, so I will see you guys in the next part, which will be next week, obviously. But until then, goodbye and farewell. Let me go ahead and get my save. Part 1 end. So yes, until next time, goodbye and farewell.